Well, okay, mentalities. What about some advice for future engineers, people leaving the conservatory, getting into the business? It's maybe something that you wish you would have known beforehand. Give some advice to our soon-to-be conservatory alum.
As of things that I wish I knew before I went out there.
Sure.
Um, well, you know what? That's hard to say because the conservatory. One of the things that most studios that I've been to and worked at say about the conservatory is they know how to prepare their students, which is very true. When I went out there, of course there's competition all the time. There's students from other schools that just don't have the knowledge of you need to be a certain way, you have to act a certain way. You can't tell the engineer that he's not doing something right if he owns a studio. Like for example at Soundworks, they had some guys, some interns there, and they were trying to tell them you're doing it wrong or you're doing it this way. This is how you're supposed to do it. And that right there, you just shoot yourself in the foot. Nothing's gonna happen for you. But as of stuff that I wish I knew beforehand, um,
Or maybe just pieces of advice for our people that are going out into the industry.
advice. Main thing I would say is make sure that the drive for this business comes first. The drive is the most important thing. If you're hungry enough, then you're going to be good at it too, because you want it so bad. If you don't want it so bad that it's something you can't even comprehend, you want it so bad that you look at it and you're just like, if that happened, and you just go for it. Well, literally live by the law of attraction. Law of attraction is basically, you put out positive energy and you put out positive vibes, and you get back positive energy and positive vibes from people. You put out negative energy and stress, that's exactly what's going to come back to you. And if you stay positive through thick and thin, there's going to be hard times. You're going to have times where you're going to feel like you're getting swept under the rug, and you have to be willing to bite your lip and stick with it through times when you're like, I'm about to lose everything. I got to a point where I almost lost everything. There was no work at the studio. I have my apartment and everything, and I have kids, I have a family, and when it comes to a corporate mindset of a company, they're not just going to hand out money to you so you can survive. It's more of something that you have to kind of figure out on your own. Even though they know you're not working, it's something that you kind of have to figure out. And you may have to, I worked at Salami for three and a half years, and then work kind of just slowed down to where I didn't have any. I would literally be working maybe 8 hours a week, and that's not a livable wage. So I had to go out and get another job, which had nothing to do with audio, which was a DirecTV gig that I was doing, just to barely scrape by. And then I got a call from the director to work at Soundworks, and saved me. So literally that's something that can discourage you and make you go, I need to go to school for something else. And it will. You'll be discouraged at times, but if you're able to go through sleet, snow, and rain, and literally, then it's something that I think that you can handle. But if you don't feel like you can go through anything, and you don't feel like you're willing to go through anything, then I would say don't do it. You have to be willing to go 120 million% and nothing less. You know what I mean? And I can't stress that enough. If your drive and your hunger is 99.9%, go somewhere else. Don't be in this business, because you'll get chewed up and spit out. People will eat you alive in this business, and you just have to be willing to know that it's a job and you're getting paid to do this. And at the end of the day, you walk home with a check. And if you can't deal with the pressure that's on, because pressure, everything's due yesterday. Everything that's laid out to you is due now or yesterday, and it's going to take you 20 hours to do it. So you have to be on top of it, and you can't mess up, because once that 20 hours is done and you send something off and they kick it back, the company kicks it back and says, we found this, this, and this, and this, you got to do that for free, and that's something that you got to be willing to do and not be frustrated by it. Even if it's something that wasn't your fault, you have to be willing to accept it and fix it so the client's happy. It's not about what the studio thinks, it's about what the client thinks. And if you mess up a client, then you mess up your job and you mess up your career.
Right on. Cool, Dave. That's some killer advice, man. we're going to put this video up on CRAS Connect with your permission, of course.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's I'm sure the students will be thrilled to see it, and it's always a pleasure to see someone with so much success, dude.
Yeah, man, it's great. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me. This is really cool. It's cool to be back and see the school because it's been so long. And this is a great facility, and you guys were always great. I always talk very highly of the school, and everybody that I know that came here is loved it here.
And thanks to you. You were the one that got us into Soundworks, which we never could get into before. So greatly appreciate it on our end, too.
No problem at all. We're going to keep doing that. So
cool. Right on.